NBA bubble in Orlando, Florida at the sprawling Disney Sports Complex, and they're ready to compete for the 2020 NBA Championship. You're about to watch the fourth and final NBA scrimmage as the NBA returns tonight. I'm Jimmy Butler, and the Heat will play the first of 3 televised scrimmages before the season restarts. That first step is tonight. And it's been a while, over 4 months since the season was suspended. On the 11th of March, the Heat lost to the Charlotte Hornets that night in that building, and we are in that building right now, the American Airlines Arena in Miami. That's where our broadcast will originate from. And hello again, everybody. I'm Eric Reed. How good it is to be back. It's been 133 nights since the NBA suddenly shut down, and tonight it suddenly reopens. I'm Eric Reed. On behalf of everybody with the Miami Heat, it's really an honor and a privilege to help bring Heat basketball back to the great fans of Heat Nation. And as we said, tonight the first step back toward the start of the regular season again. The Heat on their way to the NBA playoffs. It does begin with these 3 televised scrimmages. Tonight, 40-minute game against the Kings. Saturday afternoon against Utah. Tuesday afternoon against Memphis. Those will be 48-minute games. Then the 8 reseeding games begins for Miami 10 days from today with a 1 o'clock tip against Denver. Playoffs begin on August 17th. It is a short runway to get ready. That process begins tonight. When the season does resume, Miami 4th in the East, headed to the NBA playoffs. Right now, seeding the question. They're 2.5 games behind the Celtics. They are 2 games ahead of both Indiana and Philadelphia, 2 teams they went 5-1 against during the first part of the regular season. So a lot still to play for. And we're going to enjoy every bouncing basket right along with you. And, of course, it's great to be back with the old point guard, John Crotty. It has been too long, partner. 133 nights since we got together for NBA basketball. But tonight, first step towards that. And what Eric Spoelstra has on his hands, John, is a committed, connected, deep team.
Yeah, it's great to be back, Eric, and to see you. And there's a lot of healthy new faces that the Heat will inject back into their lineup. But starting with Tyler Hero, who's back from that foot issue that he had. And he brings such an explosiveness on the offensive end, can score a multitude of different ways. I love his improved catch-and-shoot game out beyond the arc. But he can put it down on the floor, too. He can create off the dribble, can get to the rim or to that mid-range game. And don't forget, he has the point guard skills. He can step out and handle. And Myers Leonard, he's bringing a great presence on the interior. First, from a defensive standpoint, he is a loud communicator on the back line of that defense. And then he stretches the floor on the offensive end as a three-point shooter, 43% out there. And then he does a good job screening, too, in that pick-and-roll situation.
Well, the Heat were a much better team when he played rather than when he sat. 2 of the league's top three-point shooters are in tonight's game. Buddy Hield for Sacramento, the swingman averaging almost 20 points a game. He is second only to James Harden with his 244 triples, and he is just 1 ahead of Miami's Duncan Robinson. And Duncan, clearly one of the NBA's most improved players this season. He has already broken Wayne Ellington's single-season Heat record, 4 triples, and Duncan picks up right where he left off in that Heat starting lineup. That's been a productive couple of weeks with 10 practice sessions for the Heat on the NBA campus. This is a committed, connected team.
South Florida watches Miami Heat basketball on Fox Sports Sun.